let's be for real here. Let's take a little bit of a serious tone when we say things like, we're losing our youth. We're losing it. And I feel like every generation says that.
Of course.
I feel like this is a repeat episode.
It always
Everybody
is.
is like, well, what's going on with youth? What's going on with the teens in the streets? All right. There's this new fad. They call them teen takeovers. It's a bunch of people who actually, there's organizers. There's certain individuals that go online, they start a group chat, or they start like a Facebook page or something, and they have some sort of pinpointed location where it starts out as a meetup. Once everyone starts meeting up, it travels. It's like a school of locusts or whatever that just goes through an entire community and tears a bunch of shit apart. Now, on the surface, obviously, no bueno. You don't want people getting assaulted, shot, stabbed, robbed, mugged. You don't want them graped, as the internet would have me say. You don't want all kinds of criminal activity, right? So there's a lot of people on the police side who are fed up with the bullshit and are fully prepared to start persecuting. They've instituted curfews. This is, by the way, has happened in many different areas. Virginia Beach had this. There's been instances in Florida, Texas, Chicago, here in New York. Actually, one of them took place here in Brooklyn not that long ago. That's how it kind of got on my radar in the first place. And they're looting stores. They're breaking into people's shit. It's a fucking mess, obviously. And so now it comes time for the discourse. It comes down to the conversation, right? What are we doing to prevent it? What are we doing at the root problem? But what needs to be discussed is, what is the root problem? What is causing these teenagers to just gather up together and do all kinds of ridiculous shit? Now, the first answer that I got from this, when doing the research and looking at the videos and some of the teenagers who have been a part of these things, one of the first things that they mention, it's just a terrible fucking reason. I don't know why.
I'm gonna prefix this and let you know that everything you're about to say right now is complete bullshit. I'm not saying you're bullshit. Yeah. Both sides annoyed the fuck out of me listening to this. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the ones that I heard, I think it was in the video I showed you, where the first thing that seems to come out of everybody's mouth, everybody meaning the teenager side, bored. Bored seems to come up a lot. It's like, where are we supposed to go? What are we supposed to do? Now, I was under the impression, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we have a whole podcast segment on this where we were talking about tech time? Remember, we were talking about tech time. Sure. Kids are spending too much time on the devices. They're spending too much time inside, locked in their rooms. They're not going out there and touching grass.
What are they touching?
So where did this problem come from? I was under the impression that all these kids were in their home vegging out on devices.
Yeah, playing Fortnite.
Does that mean that all of this, since all of this is happening, that all of that was also bullshit? That there are actually people outside doing shit? As a matter of fact, there's a bunch of them outside wanting to do shit with nothing to do because they're bored.
Saying you have nothing to do is fucking crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah. Bored was one that I heard from the teenager side. Another one that I heard from the teenager was, we don't have an acceptable outlet. I heard that one a couple of times. We don't have, the previous generation had community centers and malls and hangout areas and stuff like that, which, no, not all of us had access to those things. How much time did we get to spend in a fucking mall? Not a whole lot. I don't remember spending
to be fair, even to your point, there was a complex we lived in that had a community center in it.
Yeah, in it.
And that motherfucker was never open.
Yeah.
Never. Like, I think I was in there once, and I don't think I was supposed to be in there.
Yeah,
it was like a birthday party or some shit in there. Like,
I was in there once, and that was because I found out they had a Pac-Man machine in there.
No, that was another room. That big building right in front of it. Remember? So you had that apartment, but then right in front of it was like a center, with its own door.
Oh yeah, the
birthday parties and shit in there.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They don't have an outlet. They don't have places to go. We don't have things that we can do outside. Once we go to school, once we leave school, we either go home or we find that we want to do. And so there's more, but it's along the vein of, well, what are we supposed to do, right? So then you have the adult side. You'll have obviously the adult side of this would be more of the law enforcement that has to respond to these calls. Imagine being an adult male or adult female police officer, and the phone call that you're getting is a swarm of teenagers are doing a bunch of shit. One would think that would make things a little bit more complicated when it comes to the arrest side of things, but it doesn't seem to be the case. If you look at the footage, they're tackling, they're putting knees on people. I'm seeing people pepper sprayed. I'm seeing people tased. I'm seeing people cuffed.
Good.
Doesn't seem to be slowing. The age of the perpetrator does not seem to be slowing any of these cops down at all whatsoever.
Should they?
So that's actually very much a part of the conversation. Yeah. Okay. If you're gonna behave like an adult and conduct adult-like,
that's not even adult behavior. That's an asshole. That has nothing to do with an adult.
Assholes come in layers, but the actual physical act of like assaulting someone, shooting at somebody, to me, those are very much adult behaviors. Because when you do those things, a lot of the people that conduct those crimes are prepared for what's next. These kids really don't think they're going to get in trouble because they're still technically under 18. A lot of them are, while they're getting arrested, are screaming it. I'm only 15. I'm only 15. Like it's supposed to be some sort of immunity to what it is that you're doing. And, I'm a kid. I'm a kid. You're not behaving like one. So now we find ourselves in a situation where there's two mediums, and we have to decide now which side that we land on. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really know, because as much as it is stupid to do these activities,
throw them in the jail. I don't know what this fucking confusion is. We gotta stop this pussy footing. Go on there. I've watched police find the craziest shit. Find the fucking forum. Investigate who the fuck's putting it. Do it. This is the same shit.
I don't have a problem. Hold on. I don't have a problem with putting the people who are committing the actual acts, right? So if you have like a teen takeover, there's like 200 kids, but you really only see 10 or 12 doing the real crazy shit. Arrest the 10 or 12 for sure. No conversation. But I still think there's a discourse that needs to happen for those teens that are committing crimes and yet finding themselves in a position where, well, what should I do? Even if a teen isn't attending the teen takeover, right? There really aren't that many, at least not here in New York that I can speak of, where there are programs for kids of that age. They're in this weird, too old for daycare, but still too young to work full-time kind of area. And while we found things to do, there's a whole generation of kids, for whatever reason, they only see the black and white of the school.
Because they don't want to. This is that, like, I'm not saying you are. I understand what you're saying, and I understand the perspective you're bringing. This is that tiptoe bullshit that I do not fucking like. And we give kids, they're teenagers. Like, I get still, like, they are still children, and they are developing minds, but they're also people who are in an age range where they're smart enough to understand words you're telling them. And they're also smart enough, as you can say, you even said they were yelling, I'm 15, I'm 15. They know what they're doing to the point at least where they know the key words to get away with whatever it is that they're getting. It's all fucking bullshit. Don't tell me you don't have anything to do. You're bored. I get it. I was told to read a book too when I was a kid, and I didn't want to fucking do it. I get that. But there's there's a big difference from, and I know I'm being specific because I'm a gamer, but there's a big difference between Nintendo 64 and what you have available today. And I use that as an example because I'm a gamer. That's what would be the equivalency to me. But I can say that across the board. It doesn't matter. You're a sports guy. You were big on basketball when you were younger. You're telling me there is nothing as a the teenage kids that you know today, if they came up to you and said, I'm finding myself not really having something to do. I love basketball. Like, what can I do? Is your advice to them going to be, well, there's really nothing for you to do community-wise at basketball, so join one of those kid raids. Those are fun. No, there's tons of shit they can fucking do. There's tons of shit they can do. There's tons of things they can do. It's bullshit. We're
also running into a situation where if a teenager has that kind of question now, there aren't a lot of adults that give enough of a fuck to even try to answer that question. Like in your example right now, is like, I don't really, because you'll have it like my son does not like sports. That's off the table. But he loves games. He does have interests, arts, crafts, creating things. It's really all about finding out what that kid is into and then kind of just steering him into that direction. Not holding their hand, but just, hey, you like this? Why don't you go try that? And just go do that. There is a lot of adults, I see it every day, who don't give two fucking shits about any of these fucking kids.
And I'm glad
you're saying some of them are hoping they wind up at one of these taints.
And I'm glad you're saying that because the only person who should care is their parents. Nobody else.
But the parents are on that list. There are parents that are on that list.
I understand that,
but I'm not. Those kids that are down there getting tased and breaking into had parents that gave a shit about what they're going through?
You know what? Yes, I do.
You think those are kids that have parents
100%. You cannot tell me as a teenager you don't remember the kid who had somewhat decent parents who was at least telling them not to do shit and would just fucking do it anyway.
Right.
That exists.
I'm not saying it's 0 to 100%. What I'm saying is you can't tell me that the majority of these kids, like, okay, you're mentioning the exception to the rule, but the general rule for kids that wind up in bullshit like this are the kids with a lot of free time on their hand and no fucking oversight. That's the usual situation. Parents that are involved in their kids traditionally don't wind up with kids on the fucking news getting handcuffed because they broke into a fucking Foot Locker because they were bored. There are kids that do, but that's not the rule. That's the exception. For the most part, a lot of those kids that are being thrown to the fucking ground and know the rule. Oh, I'm 15, or when they get tackled, oh, I'm an asthmatic, don't put your knee on me, or whatever the case, whatever mumbo jumbo they hear on the news or hear amongst their friends that know all the ins and outs. Oh, I'm not worried about it. Armed robbery is only like 5 to 6 years or whatever. Like, to people who know the fucking rhetoric, what's about to happen, those are street people. Then there's no oversight. Even if a parent goes, oh, I love you and I care for you, and it still doesn't mean they're paying any fucking attention. Some kids, like the ones that you're talking about, that have parents that give a shit and do it anyway, need a different type of parent. Because sometimes loving your kids is not fucking enough. Just steer them away from the fucking bullshit.
I don't know. Listen, at younger ages, I'm on board with you.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to teenage, 17, 18, 19, starting to get to 20, there's some big kids in that group.
Yeah.
And they're just all aggressive. To me, at that point, nah. And I think that's the problem. I think we dance within that range where, like, technically these kids are making a decision, and but they're still close enough to where it's like, oh, well, maybe they're like, for instance, the lady in the video was like, oh, these teen get-togethers or whatever takeovers aren't always a negative thing. Sometimes they're positive.
That white lady was killing me.
So now I'm like, oh, that's dope. Let me see the clip of the peaceful one. Where like 50, 60 kids under a tree reading books. Like, I want to see that one. So it clipped right to the next scene of some kid like literally these people must have just been civilians walking him. There's like 4 teenagers all rolling up on him, trying to like get him, egging him on to like fight him and stuff, so they can turn into a brawl. Like that's all they want. No, man, fucking lock them up, dude. Lock them up. Like, how do you learn? Mate, they're just gonna keep fucking doing shit. You know why? Because if you lock them up, you're gonna have a lot of fucked up kids out here that may not be. You put them with the real people that are in juvie or wherever you want to put them. I don't know. Start cracking some heads, man. Stop that.
Some of them wind up in juvie and feel right at home. Yeah, and you're gonna be, and you might create a career incarcerator or whatever.
That's their life and their decision. But the person who decided to go for a walk that day and go, oh wow, there's a lot of kids. This is nice. Look at this. I wonder if it's a field trip. Next thing you know, you're getting stampeded by all of them. They're punching you in the face. They're ripping your hair. Like, I have a very difficult time being fair when there are people who are none the wiser, just trying to go for a stroll, getting hurt. Like, I have a problem not protecting those people and protecting someone else because they're just young. I don't give a fuck how young you are. You do not live in a world that we grew up in. Some kids didn't know what good was. You didn't. You grew up in your home where your dad beat the shit out of your mom, your cousins had the same thing, and all you guys knew was drugs and your block, how to sling them, shit like that. Your 4 walls were your 4 walls. And whatever the fucking news gave you. That's not today. So don't tell me they don't know.
I don't know if that's not today. There are a few people there are people out there that are still living that life. But
bruh, there are bums with cell phones. Stop it.
Yeah, there's more opportunity than there was before.
Yeah.
There were some people that were genuinely trapped into those situations. I don't know if that's the case now. But living that lifestyle or being a part of it at a young age still very much, I think, still exists. And I think those are the kids that we're seeing. As far as the lock them up thing, I'm with it. If you're that much of a fucking aggressor, then that's the thing. But I'm the actions need to follow the discipline needs to follow the actions. If you're one of these kids that's taking it way over the fucking line, you're putting people in a position of having no choice but to give you the kind of consequences that will fuck you up your life forever. Right? Imagine being 15 years old and doing something so stupid it fucks you up when you're 45. Like, this is the level of stupidity that is going to be far-reaching into the fucking future. And you were saying before about lock them all up. I'm with it, but I don't want the people who help
get your hands on.
I don't want the people who helped create this problem to go scot-free. As an example, there is I don't know if it was in this video, but I saw another one where there was a lawyer who wanted to try to get a state law passed that if an underage individual commits some sort of crime, like it has to be like a real serious crime, whatever the case may be, they can then go after the parents legally. Because now it goes, she literally said it in the address, like when she was talking about it in the interview, she said, we need these parents to start giving a shit about what it is their kids are doing. We don't think that they'll do it on their own.
Nope.
So what we need to do is put them in a position where they have to. So if we're raising a kid who goes out there and murders someone or armed rob somebody or serious crime, yes, that kid should be persecuted to the fullest of the law. But they have guardians. Those guardians have failed this child and the community because they allowed this kid into the community to do the stupid shit they're doing. They should be held responsible. And in my opinion, I'm for it. I agree 100%. If you allow your kid to
and that's someone with kids who has no clue how they're going to turn up, despite how hard I try. I'm a believer in that. I'm a believer that I could put all my effort in being the best parent as I possibly could be, and whether it be someone else reaches my child that doesn't have the best intentions, or maybe they don't give a fuck what I'm saying. Who knows? I just pray for the best. But so as someone who could very well end up on that chopping block,
yeah,
I agree.
Same.
I agree.
Yeah,
I will come with all the evidence, all the receipts of the fucking vacations we took, all the family photos. I was in her life. You ain't taking me to jail. That was her decision. Take her. Fuck her.
Yeah. Fuck her.
Fuck her. Take her.
She did that shit.
Yeah. Nah. We loved her.
Who the fuck is she?
Look at it. Yo, 2028 was lit. Look at this shit. Look at all this stuff we did. Nah, we was there for her. She did that shit by herself.
Nobody who has a parent that took their kids to Disney World should be going to jail. I'm just saying.
Disney, bro.
Yeah.
Disney. Yeah, she good. She was.
So you know who we should really be blaming, Your Honor?
You need a witness?
That damn rap music.
Bro. That rap music is crazy. We really should be talking to that Meg Thee Stallion. That's who we're talking to.
That's the real culprit, but nobody wants to have that conversation, right?
No one wants to have that real conversation.
Nobody wants to have that conversation, right?
Sir, please.
It's that damn Meg Thee Stallion.
Get in the car, please. Get in the car. No, I'm not going. I'm not going nowhere. Fuck that.
I will go into the car when we get Meg Thee Stallion here to have this conversation.
If she's not
right
in there,
now,
I'm not in there.
I will also accept Nicki Minaj and Cardi B based on scheduling. I don't care who it is. Bring one of these heifers down here because they're responsible for corrupting my little girl.
Yup.
Wasn't me.
Yup.
I'm going to jail? Nah, we going to jail.
I didn't teach her how to throw ass. They teach her how to throw ass. So we all going down there.
I didn't find out till Nicki Minaj what it was to quote, bust it wide open. I didn't know what that meant. Okay, that wasn't me, Your Honor. I
was a Christian boy. You know what I mean?
Born in a small farm down on the hill. I'm totally on board with the parents being responsible for the whole thing as well. As far as the kids who aren't a part of the teen takeovers, the ones who are bucking the social pressure of that, right? Because I've had the privilege of speaking to teenagers about the teen takeovers, and you would be surprised how many of these teenagers...
You're around kids because of your work.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who's done it?
Anyone who's done it?
Has any kids ever said that they did it?
No, I haven't. Okay. And I'm in Brooklyn. And like I said, one of them happened in Brooklyn, not near here, by our old apartment, like by Flatbush over there. Mm-hmm. And none of the kids that I know of that I've worked with have participated. In fact, I've gotten the opposite response from them. They don't like it. And the one kid in particular, I think, hit it right on the head. Because what happens is that, like most things, like you said about, it makes them, not just makes them look bad, but it makes people nervous around them.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like, I'm literally here by myself. There's no gang or group of anything. And it's just like, oh my God, it's one of those teenagers. One of those street youths. They're out here.
Street youths.
There's, as soon as I'm telling you, there's people that go on the train, and then you'll see the high schools open up to, end of school day, and they hop on buses and they hop on trains, and you're starting to see people get nervous. Because it's just like, what are they going to do? What are they capable of doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how far are these kids willing to go? So I don't think at the moment, while it's making a lot of world news, it's as difficult as it may be to say out loud, I don't think that it's a major problem just yet. I don't think we're in that area where we can sit here and say that it's like, oh no, the generation of tomorrow is in trouble. Like, no, I've seen enough kids to know that despite the excitement of one group of kids, there's also a group of kids that are just like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go home and play Call of Duty or something like that. They found shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact there's schools in New York, we have extracurricular activities. My school in particular has after-school programs. Alex's school has after-school programs. And it's usually like random ass classes, coding or even physical stuff like a sport or taekwondo or something, right? Like there's usually some sort of gathering of some kind. Like we could have more, sure, there's nothing wrong with more, but to say that there's nothing, I think is just incorrect.
And that shit is so annoying to hear. It's just so fucking stupid to hear. You got
that there's nothing, right? Yeah,
he's speaking for themselves, saying they have nothing to do, which is absolute complete fucking bullshit. You just don't want to do it. And then you have the fucking idiots, the adults who start. The thing that they're doing right now that's pissing me off is that they keep referring to like video games and like them not having nothing to do and that they don't do anything productive or they're too addicted to their phones and that's why they do stupid stuff like this because and it's just like it pisses me off because it's like everything they blame the kids for doing today are structures that their generation built. You understand? Like that, like their generation built the structures that these kids are addicted to, and they just fucking just unironically, like our own parents and their generation, refuse to take any type of fucking accountability. Hey, mom, remember when I was like 15, you really beat the crap out of me? I never did that. I have a scar right here from where you stabbed me. No,
yeah. I would never.
You could be dreaming. I would have never done that. And I know there are tons of adults who've had these, trying to have these, what do you call that? Closure conversations with their parents.
Oh,
and
God,
get absolute gaslit. I watched it happen to my wife. I said, listen to me. If you ever confront her, just know you ain't going to get it. I'm sorry. And she went and talked to her and got, I never did that. What are you talking about? It's just like, leave it alone, bro.
No, you'll get dealt. Some of them will double down.
Absolutely.
Not only did they not do it, oh my God, you're not going around telling people I did that, do you? Are you painting me in the kind of light where I would do such a thing to my child?
It wasn't me. It was because you just sat in your room all day. That's why you're a loser.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me. I work 3 jobs. I have money in a house. What's your fucking problem?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You used your free time with it you wanted to, and yet that fridge was always full. So I don't know what.
Yeah, it was full.
What do you want me to do? You know.
Oh,
so
man.
now, yeah,
that's funny.
These things, I don't think we're too far gone yet, but at the same time, like, listen, this generation of teen takeovers. I'll be honest with you, isn't all that different from any other generation that had.
Wasn't there one recently?
In the streets?
Wasn't there one like a decade or so ago where it wasn't such a large scale, but there were kids walking up to random people and like punching them until someone got shot, and then that was the last I heard of it.
That was the end of that.
I think they rolled up on some dude and he just killed one of them. That was it, and I'm pretty sure it just stopped.
Somebody brought up a really good point. You remember The Warriors, the movie from like the 70s? Warriors. Somebody was like, wouldn't that just one big ass teen takeover? Like that whole movie?
And yeah.
It was street gangs, was it not? And they were all kids.
Listen, man.
And it was like that was one big ass teen takeover. They tried to take a train from uptown Manhattan all the way to Coney Island. That's the whole fucking movie. They just ran into. Okay, so maybe that's the problem with today's teen takeovers, right? No originality,
no creativity.
Where's the face paint and baseball bats? Where's the roller skates? You know, where's the fur? Where's the leather vests? Let's get some creative. You're all dressed like Lil Baby. Everybody just mix it up. Just mix it up a little bit. Let's get a little creativity going with these teen takeovers. That's all I'm saying. Instead of, hey, how about this? How about if you want to draw less attention to yourself and less red flags, the next teen takeover, everyone just ride an assorted animal to the teen takeover, right? A small pony, a large dog, someone just ride. Let's just ride some animals to the next teen takeover. We'll say that we're starting a petting zoo or something to get the adults out of our business, and then we'll just take it over. You know, let's do something random. How about we all pogo stick to the next teen takeover? How about that? We'll just we'll pogo stick together. Or how about the blindfold challenge? Let's get one of those sleeper masks and feel our way to the next teen takeover. It's like, wait, this looks like 38th Street. All right, this is 38th Street. Keep going. We're going 4 blocks up to the left. We'll be all right. Maybe that's the problem. But yeah, every generation is the worst generation of all time.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the new generation is the worst fucking generation. And then they grow up and they go, that's by far the worst generation of all goddamn time.
Yep.
Imagine a generation of parents that didn't raise their kids, watching their grandkids in the street going, fucking losers. Who raised these pieces of shit? You motherfucker.
you did.
To quote Wanda Sykes, you motherfucker. You did that shit. God damn. I saw a bunch of people, no lie, from the hood that were watching people on the Teen Takeover videos who have no idea where their kids are. They have no idea. They're like, oh, look at this bullshit. What bullshit? Is your kid there? Do you know where your kid is right now? It's like, that's not, my kid wouldn't be over there. Sounds like he's the kind of kid that would be over there.
He sounds like
he would be over there.
I'm not gonna hold you. Sounds like your kid.
Yeah, it sounds like your kid's over there, man. Oh man.